In the heart of Eldoria, a kingdom surrounded by emerald meadows and shimmering rivers, joy filled the air. The royal couple, King Harold and Queen Alara, were blessed with a beautiful baby girl, Princess Aurora. Nobles and fairies gathered in the grand royal hall, their elaborate medieval attire glinting under the glow of chandeliers. The joyous atmosphere was shattered by the sudden arrival of Malvina, the feared sorceress. A swirl of black smoke filled the hall as Malvina stepped in, her dark cloak flowing behind her and her emerald green eyes gleaming with malice. The guests gasped in fear, their faces pale as they recoiled from the uninvited intruder. Malvina sneered, gripping her glowing staff, ready to wreak havoc on the celebration. Malvina raised her staff and proclaimed a terrible curse. On her 16th birthday, the princess shall prick her finger on a spindle and fall into an eternal sleep. Green magic swirled menacingly around baby Aurora as the curse took hold. King Harold and Queen Alara's faces turned to horror, their happiness replaced by dread. As despair gripped the hall, the kind fairy Lilia stepped forward. With her delicate wings shimmering and her wand glowing with golden light, she altered the curse. True love's kiss shall awaken her. Golden magic enveloped Aurora, infusing her with a glimmer of hope. Malvina's fury grew as she vanished in a swirl of dark smoke, vowing revenge. Aurora grew into a kind-hearted and curious young woman, loved by all in Eldoria. She spent her days exploring sunlit meadows, playing with deer and birds, her radiant smile captivating everyone she met. Dressed simply but elegantly, she was the embodiment of grace, unaware of the destiny. On her 16th birthday, Aurora wandered through the castle and discovered an old wooden door in a dimly lit hallway. Behind it lay a forgotten room, filled with ancient spinning wheels, their surfaces glowing ominously. Drawn by curiosity, she approached a spindle, her hand reaching out as if compelled by an unseen force. As Aurora's finger touched the spindle, green magic flashed, and the curse was fulfilled. She collapsed gracefully to the ground, golden dust swirling around her. Her serene face reflected an unbroken peace, even as she fell into a deep and magical sleep. To protect Aurora from harm, Lilia cast a powerful spell over the kingdom. Golden light spread across the land, and the people of Eldoria fell asleep wherever they stood. Magical vines grew around the castle walls, shielding it from the outside world and preserving the princess's safety. Far from Eldoria, a brave and noble prince named Adrian heard of the sleeping princess. With determination in his heart, he mounted his white horse and set out on his quest. Adrian encountered magical creatures, including towering wolves with glowing eyes. He fought valiantly, his sword flashing in the dim forest light. Enchanted runes glowed in the fog, guiding him to a sparkling bridge that shimmered as if alive with magic. Malvina, sensing Adrian's approach, unleashed her dark magic to stop him. In her shadowy lair, she summoned monsters born of smoke and rage. Despite her efforts, Adrian stood resolute, his sword held firm as he faced the dangers she sent to thwart him. Adrian finally reached the castle, its gates entwined with glowing, thorny vines. Undeterred, he used his sword to cut through the magical barriers. As mist swirled around him, he stepped cautiously into the silent, enchanted castle. In the highest tower, Adrian discovered Aurora lying peacefully on a golden canopy bed, her room bathed in soft, magical light. He climbed the spiral staircase, his footsteps echoing in the stillness, and gazed at her with awe and admiration. With a heart full of love, Adrian knelt beside Aurora and gently kissed her. Golden light radiated from her, and her eyes fluttered open. The room brightened as the magic dissipated, signaling the breaking of the curse. As Aurora awakened, so did the kingdom. People stirred from their enchanted sleep, their joy erupting as they realized the curse had been lifted. Aurora and Adrian walked hand in hand down the castle steps, greeted by cheers. Malvina, desperate and enraged, appeared in a swirl of dark smoke. She attempted one final attack, but Adrian and Lilia stood united against her. Together, they unleashed a burst of golden magic that vanquished Malvina once and for all. With peace restored, Aurora and Adrian grew closer, their love blossoming in the castle gardens. They shared moments of quiet joy, their bond deepened by their shared trials and triumphs. The kingdom of Eldoria rejoiced as Aurora and Adrian were wed in a grand ceremony. The castle was adorned with flowers, and the couple exchanged vows beneath a glowing arch. Their love united the realms, symbolizing hope and renewal. Fireworks lit up the night sky, and the people of Eldoria danced and celebrated in the streets. Aurora and Adrian stood on the castle balcony, waving to the jubilant crowd, their smiles radiating happiness. Aurora and Adrian ruled Eldoria with wisdom and compassion, their love inspiring their people. Together they brought peace and prosperity to the kingdom. As the golden sun set over the castle, they walked hand in hand, ready to face their future together, truly living happily ever after.